the success, quote unquote success. Successful black women. Another term they like to use in the media, educated black women. There's so many educated black women without husbands. There's so many quote unquote successful black women who are not getting married. So let's look at the word success. A lot of these women aren't really that damn successful. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of these women, they have decent jobs, but they're not really successful if you're judging by normal people's terms. You see, you never hear the term successful white woman. You never hear the term educated white woman. You can't even Google that. I don't even think anything comes up. But the term educated black woman, that's a backhanded diss. That's a backhanded compliment. It's a diss, really. Sisters, when y'all gonna realize that? When they say that you're an educated black woman, that's a low-key way of dissing you. Even the successful black woman moniker, it's a very condescending, low-key jab at you. And again, these women, they never show where they live. They show them having little nice cars and having cool little jobs. But that doesn't really constitute you being successful if we're talking about real terms in this country. Let me play some more clips. Hold on. Let me before I really go in, let me play some more clips. Hold on.
I would be lying if I said that I don't have fleeting thoughts of, okay, I'm 32, my clock is ticking.
These some old looking broads for 31 and 32. That's another thing, too. These women look like they're like late 30s, early 40s. A couple of them are cute. There's like one or two of them that's kind of cute.
The tick-tock of the biological clock is getting louder for several of Nicole's single friends. Meet Chateau Waters. She's a 32-year-old high school counselor pursuing a
Wait. A high school counselor? You see what I'm saying? They're talking about how successful they are. This woman is a high school counselor. How much money does that pay?
Doctorate degree in psychology.
We have this thing called the black girl curse. A lot of our white friends are married by 25, like happily married, kids by 27, and we're like, what is the deal with the BGs? You know, and it's the black girls.
Jaqueen Ashford is a chemist for a pharmaceutical company.
Okay, I don't know how much that pays. It doesn't sound like she's balling out of control. But let me get on this in a minute. Hold on. Let me get on this. Let me put my Mackin music on. Like I said, man, the whole term successful black woman, educated black woman, they say that because they think the normal black woman is uneducated. They think that the normal black woman is unsuccessful. They think the majority of them are unsuccessful and uneducated. So the term educated black woman, let's just call it what it is. An educated black woman basically means a black woman who's not 100% hood rat. That's all that means. The term educated black woman means a female who's not a total welfare queen. It means a black woman who's not 110% hood rat. It's a diss. This is the thing, man. These stories, they come out every blue moon, and they come out on ABC, and sometimes CNN will do them. These shows are really designed not to help out or help the black community dialogue. These stories and these shows are really designed to make white folks in America feel better about themselves, because black dysfunction and black degeneracy is good business, especially in trying times. In hard times, white America wants to see raggedy nigga shit. Like during the Great Depression, they had all these coon characters that came about. You had the Stepin Fetchits and the Mantan Marlins and Amos and Andy and all these people during the Great Depression, because white people were doing bad and they needed to see a group of people, a demographic and a community of people doing worse than them. So they can say, okay, at least we're not them. And that's what these stories are about. And they're using black women as pawns. They sit up and tell you some bullshit about you being successful, which you're doing all right. You have a cool job, but you're not really successful. You dig what I'm saying? It's a diss. It is a goddamn diss. See, back in the day, they would just throw everybody under the bus. Black folks, see, back in the day, they would throw black men and women under the bus. They would portray black men and women fucked up. They would portray black men as coons. They would portray black women as mammies. But the thing is, that would cause black men and women to band together and lash out against the establishment. So they had to come up with a new program. So what they would do, they would pull the sisters to the side and be like, hey, you're cool, but what's up with the black guys over here? What's up with the black man? And they would get black women in cahoots with them to throw the black man under the bus. But in reality, they were throwing you under the bus as well. They sit up and tell you a bunch of bullshit you want to hear. They act like you're down with them, but they're throwing you under the bus too. I call it the Maury Povich effect. You ever look at Maury Povich? And the Maury Povich show, overtly, they make it seem like they're throwing the black men under the bus. They get these black women on here who slept with everybody in the neighborhood, and then they criticize the men. They get the brothers in there like, oh, you need to take care of your responsibility. Then the black man walks out there, then everybody's booing him. They try to make it seem like it's a show that throws black men under the bus, but in reality, the Maury Povich show is designed to make black women look like assholes. You notice on the Maury Povich show, they go out of their way to not criticize black females. Black women on there with 30 dudes she done bang, not knowing who none of her kids' dad is. They're like, LaQuisha, you are not the father. And then she runs off stage, and then they go console her. LaQuisha, it's not your fault, LaQuisha. It's not your fault. You know what's important is the baby, LaQuisha. We're going to find your father, so don't worry about it. You know, they go out of their way to not criticize her in her face, but the viewer is looking at it like this dirty nigga bitch. That's what they're thinking. And that's what they think of you sisters when they see these specials. You're not in cahoots with them. You think you're in cahoots with them, but they're throwing your asses under the bus too. They got you thinking that you're quote unquote successful and you're just balling out of control. You have decent jobs, and the reason you have little cool jobs here and there is because you're not a threat to the white establishment. You're not a threat, but they use you as a goddamn pawn, and you guys fall for it all the time. And this is the real reason why a lot of brothers who have themselves together, they're not fucking with you like that, because of that disloyalty. And that disloyalty, black women, is biting you in the ass right now. I mean, really, the term educated black woman, it's a diss. Everybody's supposed to be educated. Think about it. Everybody's supposed to have some kind of education. You shouldn't have to use that as an adjective for anybody. Everybody should be educated. That's not a compliment, saying that you're educated, as opposed to what? Black women don't even realize when you're being dissed. I mean, it's really time for y'all to wake up. It's 2010.